Hi, everyone. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless collective love reading. This is for any sign and any sign that you may be thinking of today. Let's call in our spirit guides, see what loving messages they have for you. Let's see what they want you to know, what's coming your way, what's next in love. Spirit, I call upon you for any messages of guidance today. What is it that you want us to know? What is it that you need us to hear? I am listening for you now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly drawn to this reading for the first time. So grateful you're here. Spirit, I ask you for guidance. What is it that you need us to know? An open heart. Be receptive to partners who don't immediately match your usual type. Boy, not what I expected, right? Sometimes you fall in love with somebody that it really wasn't the type of person you'd ever thought you'd fall in love with, but they're perfect for you. And it's like, geez, I wish I had kind of kept my eyes open for this kind of person, you know, a lot sooner. But keep your eyes open. You know, there's somebody for everybody. And if you have something set in your mind, this perfect checklist, you're going to have a hard time matching it. Let Spirit help you find your perfect match. I have a retreat. Take some time away from a situation and some perspective. So maybe just giving yourself that space and time for some of you, that you're allowing yourself some healing energy right now. Whoop. I have caution. I have don't get involved with this person too deeply, as they are not who they seem to be. So a little bit of a take a step back and caution for somebody. Maybe Spirit saying, hey, you know, somebody is they're coming on too strong just came into me. Somebody who's coming on and you know, what is their motives? What's the intention behind it? So for some of you, a little bit of a red flag. And then I have a commitment. Little bit of a wait for the right one. I felt like take a step back from someone because someone else that maybe you didn't think would be your person is coming. So there's this feeling of somebody's coming on really, really strong, or just came on really strong. Maybe they only wanted one thing. Maybe you just felt like, geez, this person's just out to use me, or it really isn't going to ever be a commitment. So maybe they're asking you to back away from one energy and allow this energy to come in. So let's see what our cards are saying, but a little bit of a caution today. I feel like somebody is either love bombing or was love bombing you recently, or trying to seduce you. And I guess the motives behind it weren't authentic. Spirit, please share with me. I have a Justice card. I have an Empress. I have an Eight of Wands. And I have a Star. I have to tell you, back off from the person who doesn't want it all, because Spirit is letting me know that you do have something coming in. Your energy is shifting in the right direction. This is a commitment. This is a wish come true. Okay. So if somebody's coming on to you and they're saying, I don't know what I want, or I'm not really looking for anything, but we'll see, that isn't in alignment with you. There's a sense of you already know what is going to work for you. Okay. Alignment is key. So there's a sense of, I know that I'm worthy. I know that I am special. I know that I have a lot of love to give. I have always been wanting a commitment. I don't want to just be with anybody. I'm not looking for a hookup. I'm not looking for casual. I'm not looking for let's see where it goes. I'm looking for somebody who wants to have a real relationship. So I'm going to say hang in there for that. Wheel of Fortune. Look at how good your cards are. You got a Death. Let the one go who only wants one thing. Cut them loose. Okay. It's like cutting loose. Yeah. This person doesn't know what they want. very apathetic. It's kind of like, well, we'll see energy over and over again. And you're trying to convince them into, well, if they fall in love with me or they're making love with me, they're going to want more eventually. No, sometimes people don't want more. That's all they want. So I feel like it's cutting somebody loose to allow kind of this good to come in. And I'm going to go with fight for what it is that you want. You know, if I look at the 7 of Wands and the Star, I don't want to give up on my hope. I don't want to give up on my dreams. I don't want to give up on myself, is how it's coming into me. So this is somebody who would fight for you. You know, this is somebody who would work really hard to win you over. So sometimes we have that person in, you know, that love bomber, that seducer. I'm going to say cut the player, okay? Maybe it's a player. Cut the player away. Cut the player out of your life. You know, the person who you just know is not right for you. They could be exciting. They could be really a lot of fun, but they're not, at the end of the day, they're not going to be where you want to be. Spirit, please share with me. Tell me more about this Wheel of Fortune coming my way. Tell me what it is you have. I have a conversation. Yeah, look at this. I'm cutting. I'm cutting away. It's time to stop. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, I'm cutting away a player. I'm cutting away a love bomber. I am cutting away a person whose intentions are they really only want one thing, and they're just playing a game, playing mind games, playing head games. And you're smarter than that. You know, if that's not, head games and mind games are not in alignment with you, is how I feel. You know, it's like you catch them in the mind games and you're like, wait a minute here. I'm looking for somebody I can talk to. Spirit, please share with me. I have somebody I can communicate. This is a communication. So there's a lot of, this feels like heartfelt. I mean, I know there's nothing there, but I've got the tulips, maybe tulips blooming, and I have this blank piece of paper. So let's go with blank slate for a second. That somebody is very open to a relationship. They have a blank slate. They want to communicate with somebody. They want to be with somebody. You're not an option, Spirit just said, okay? So the person who says, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for to be exclusive. That's somebody who's basically telling you that I want to keep my options open. And if there's something better out there, then, you know what? Cut it away. Cut them off. I have a horse. You're powerful. Get back on the horse. Look at you. I mean, horses are just majestic animals, aren't they? I mean, they're just magnificent. And it's this feeling of, I'm more powerful than somebody taking advantage of me, for sure. A competition. You're not a competition. You're not going to be in competition with anybody. I have a dragonfly at the bottom of my deck. Look at this beautiful dragonfly with this purple, and kind of matches my dragonfly here, but it feels like hope to me. It feels that I guess I want to go with let me go with this Wheel of Fortune for a second. No, let me go with this star and the Wheel of Fortune, because there's definitely a purpose coming into you. There's somebody coming into you that can express themselves. That dragonfly is, I have been hoping for this. I've been wishing for this. And I'm going to say that that's just a sign. You just start seeing dragonflies everywhere. Maybe you have a dragonfly tattoo. Maybe you have something, an object in your home that's a dragonfly. So maybe it's just one of those things that you go to as far as looking for signs. But this is definitely a feeling of, I want somebody I can express myself with. And I really like this clean, clear piece of paper, because it just feels so new. It feels so bright. I mean, it's like we can write whatever love story we want on this piece of paper. And I'm going to say summertime. It could be a summer birthday. It could be somebody that's a Cancer, Leo, Virgo, maybe even Gemini energy. But I like this feeling of we'll write our own love story because I like this, it's a clean slate is really what I want to try to say. So I'm going to go with this sense of we can do whatever we want, and we'll write, our own story. And it's nobody's story will be ours, and it doesn't have to be like anybody else's either. And it's going to be beautiful. So I think that sometimes we just have to be able to push away the person who, they're not good for you, but they're a good time. And sometimes you say to yourself, well, it's better than nothing. But it really isn't, because you're tying up your energy with the wrong person. You're better off being alone and loving yourself, to tell you the truth. I have the Moon. I have a Page of Cups. I have a Lover's card. Beautiful. And I have a Tower. So yeah, I'm going to cut someone loose in order to invite this in. The Moon came into me as when I put the card down, they said there's no holding back. So there could be something about this person that you immediately feel, they're saying the sweetness. So this person could be really kind. They could be really caring. They could have they do things that you literally say, oh, that was really sweet. That was really nice, that this person's really good to you. So there is a sense of there's no holding back because you're being treated so well. And I feel like I don't want to hold back. And then no sooner do you do that than you realize I feel like I just met my lover. I feel like I'm walking, on air. It's just a complete difference. So, cutting. I'm going to say cutting the karmic, I guess, cutting a karmic situation away. Maybe you're tied up in something. Maybe it's just time to cut those ties. Sometimes we hold on to something or someone just because there's nothing else in your life and you just don't want anything. But is that the best reason to keep somebody in your life, especially if you feel like you're being used in any way or their intentions aren't pure? Yeah, I'm going to say you're cutting somebody out and you're giving yourself a break from that energy. You're stronger. Here's my Empress again, that this Empress comes forward and says, I love myself more. So it's a big decision for somebody that, maybe I have to be alone and have nothing for a while in order to accept this new love coming in. But if you are attached to somebody that is tying up your attention, or they are preventing you from meeting somebody else, I don't think that's good for you either. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you have for us? I have served the relationship, but I always see this card a little bit as like this is my person. If you put your picture in a locket, I mean, this is old fashioned, but if you put your picture in a locket and their picture and you put it together, sometimes people do baby pictures. I think that's cute, but this is, I'm putting it in this locket because I want to keep you close to my heart. I want to keep us close to my heart. So you're going to wear this necklace close to your heart. So this person could be very, very close to you. I have this ex. It feels like this ex just keeps coming through the door. They keep hitting some kind of bottom is how it's coming into me. So maybe it's somebody who has a lot of trouble and you keep giving them chances. I have a Pisces. I have an Aquarius. I have a free spirit. You are free spirit. You have the freedom always to choose. So Spirit's saying choose wisely, choose yourself first, and choose somebody who, they're saying in alignment today is really key to you. Doing the groundwork, putting down the roots so that you can then grow. It's like being on an airplane and they say, put the mask on yourself before you put the mask on your child. And you say, well, that doesn't make sense. I want to save my child. No, you can't save your child unless you can save yourself. So that's really important to know. Manifesting your life. What is it that you want? Absolutely. These beautiful kind of crystals coming up and out and manifesting a Capricorn energy. Sagittarius, and let's get one more of these. And I have set a deadline. Set a deadline for if something hasn't changed. If you have a karmic energy that's just really hard to release, set a deadline for how, if something doesn't change in a period of time, then I have to make a decision. I have to decide what's best for me at some point. Right now I feel like you've got somebody who really wants to be with you. I should say it that way, or will want to be with you. It's the nice guy coming in. It's the sweet. What did they say? You're so sweet. Now they could be saying that to you. What's wrong with my candle? There it goes. Okay. Things bother me like that. You're so sweet. Maybe you're so sweet. I'm sure you are. A husband and wife planning a future together. How beautiful. Is this somebody who sees a future with you? A cassette tape. You're still the one. A little bit of a feeling of nostalgia there, if you know what a cassette tape is, but a little bit of a feeling of you're the type of person I've always been looking for. I just haven't found it. This is what I kind of always hope for. I just haven't found it. That kind of a feeling coming in. I have a farewell journey, a desire to, go on a new path. It hurts to cut the cords of the past. It hurts to get on a new path, but sometimes we just have to do it for ourselves. Depression. I'm afraid to be alone. Okay. I'm afraid that if I cut the one person who is in my life somehow out of my life, then I won't have anything. That only you can decide, Spirit's saying. But the intentions, they're saying be cautious with their intentions is what they were saying. And a breakup. Endings bring new beginnings. So am I willing to believe that if I have an ending, that there's a new beginning that's so much better? It's the cycle. It's the cycle of love. I have to believe it. I have to know that there's something else out there for me. So some of you have already gone through this, I understand, but it just reminds you that there's always that new coming. I have an impact, memorable impression. Okay, so something you'll always remember that that can go either way, good or bad. And I've got a mirror at the bottom. I've got a game, and I've got could be a twin flame. I've got this vampire energy. So I could have a twin flame that's just playing a lot of mind games with me and has been for a long time. I've been really struggling with this particular twin, and they're in and out of my life. And I just have an incredibly hard time, disconnecting from this particular person because maybe we have a long history together, but somehow they always return. I have a zipper and I have a trash. Unwanted habits, they're saying a situation, blocks, frustration. The zipper to me feels like somebody who doesn't open up, somebody who hides all their feelings, zip their lips, so to speak. And I just feel like I'm struggling. It's almost like I know all of these things. I know it. I say it to myself, my friends, my family tell me, but I just don't believe it. You know, I just have this like inkling of hope that things will get better or change, but they never do. Some people never change, Spirit just said. It's a battle. I'm fighting this battle. I have a conflict. This is an inner battle between you and what's best for you, what's best for your future self. You could have a runner. You could be running, you know, this runner is constantly coming in and out of your life. So I definitely have a situation here where Spirit's trying to remind you that this in and out behavior, back and forth behavior, is unhealthy in a lot of ways, you know, especially if it's really on your mind all the time. So maybe we just need to take a break from that person and cut some ties. Maybe you already did. So cutting ties from that karmic situation. Spirit, can I please go back to we will write our own love story? Okay. Let's talk about the new. For every ending, there's a new beginning. That's the basic reading. Spirit, please share with me. I feel this insane attraction to you. I love that. So maybe that will be the first thing that you notice. I will be there by your side when you're ready. So your soulmate or your person could be out there looking for you, but you're so tied up in this kind of on again, off again, somebody with zipped lips and hidden feelings and a lot of garbage that they're carrying around, that trash, that you're not allowing this person to come in when they're ready, you know, so you want to be careful with that. Your emotions, my emotions for you are running deep. So we could be really in love. We could be really meant to be together. Without you in my life, I would feel lost. I've always been afraid of this love. I've always been afraid to fall in love deeply, but maybe with you, it's going to be different this time. Maybe you're the type of person that I can give my heart to because I'm going to get it back. You know, we're both vulnerable. Your beautiful soul is what I crave the most. So I like that. I like the fact that they see inside of you, or they're seeing the real side of you, you know, the insides. That feels good. And let's get a couple more of these. I'm so proud of who you have become, somebody who wants to be with you, somebody who is proud to have you on their arms, something like that. And I crave to be close by your side. So somebody who wants to be with you all the time, not somebody who just when it's convenient for them or that they don't know what they want. And what did they say? They said, you're not an option, right? You're not you're not in competition, and you're not an option. Let's go with that. Your wishes will come true when you're in alignment with what it is that you are asking for. And let's also go with whatever cutting ties is to you today, whether it's memories, feelings, or even a person that you struggle with, that you're willing to at least listen to Spirit's guidance and say, maybe that's something I really need to do in order to move on. So, and because something so good is coming, they're asking me for a couple other cards. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more cards, and they just want to show you something. So maybe these are really good. Maybe they want to show you something. Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Four of Wands, and an Ace of Wands. When you make up your mind to move forward, you are going to be rewarded with this person who can communicate that they want to have a future with you. So I feel like they had said to me there was no holding back. And that Page of Cups came in earlier, that there was something very sweet about this person, very kind, very caring. So you're not going to hold back because you're going to love how this person is to you. You're going to love how they treat you. Okay. So I guess Spirit really just wants you to make up your mind and decide. So if you want to claim this with me, we're going to do that now. We're going to put this out into the universe. We'll claim anything that connected to you. We'll claim that I want a committed love. I want somebody who isn't coming and going. I want somebody who I would never be an option. Never. I am the only one. So let's claim all of those things. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you always for your kind words. If you would like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website at KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com. Also, check out my other 2 YouTube channels. I will put the links in the descriptions below. Have a great day, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your reading.